Hi guys, it's Ashley with Mulberry Branch Farm coming at you today. So today is a little bit different. Amy over at A Farmish Kind of Life was nice enough to tag us in 10 more questions for homesteaders. Let me tell you what guys, we love doing things like this. We love sharing parts of our story, parts of our opinions in an open forum like this. So thank you Amy over at A Farmish Kind of Life. If you guys haven't been over to her page or to her channel or anything like that, please go do so. Tell her we sent you. She's awesome. She's got so much sass with a lot of knowledge, and I really enjoy watching her videos, and I think you guys will too. This collaboration started with Rockin' 8 Farms and 4 Kids in a Farm. So thank you to both of those homesteaders that started this collaboration. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't visited their channels either, go over, give it a look. Look at the video that first started this collaboration. It's really fun to go back and look and see how we all answered questions, because there's a lot where we answer the same, but there's also some where we answer very differently, and it's awesome because homesteading is a type of life. But it can be done in so many different ways, and I think that's why it's intoxicating for a lot of people. I think it's why a lot of people choose to dedicate their time to returning back to the land, so to speak. So here we go guys, here's our 10 questions and our answers. I hope you enjoy. So the first question is, do I homestead full-time? And the first answer is no, I don't. I work a full-time job at a university on the Ohio side. We live in East Central Indiana, so I travel across state line every day to go to my job, and I part-time homestead. I would love to be here 24/7 with all my projects, all my animals, growing food, getting closer to the land, but the horrible reality right now is that it takes money to do anything in the world. So in order to keep things running here and to have the supplies for everything that we want to accomplish, my husband and I both have to work full-time jobs. It sucks, but that's life. So question number 2, what was the first livestock animal that we brought onto our homestead? I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna answer this, and they're already talking for me. It's our chickens. Who doesn't love to go into Tractor Supply in the spring and see those little fluff balls that are just cheeping away? They don't take up a whole lot of room. They don't need a whole lot of preparation. They free range, they give you eggs in tough times. They can butcher out and give you meat. If you like compost, they can turn your compost for you and add their poops to it too for that nitrogen level to go up. So I think that would be our answer for that, is the chickens. And funny story, when we first moved here, we just had a rooster show up. He came out of the woods and just stuck around my house for like the first month, and it was like a sign from God that we should have chickens here. And of course, you guys can see behind me, he foretold a lot. Question number 3, what's your favorite way to eat eggs for breakfast? So me personally, I'm old-fashioned. I really like them scrambled in bacon grease. Bacon. I love them in bacon grease. Now that I've gotten a little bit older, I don't mind them to be a little bit runny, so I don't even know what that is, guys. I scramble them and leave it to where there's a little bit of run throughout all of that, so runny scrambled eggs. That's how I like to eat them in the morning. Question number 4, how big is our current homestead and how big would we like it to be? So our current homestead is 13 acres here in East Central Indiana. It was an old retired cornfield when we first bought it, so we just bought the 13 acres bare, and we've got the barn over there, the house, the chicken coops, the buck pen. We built all of that, guys. A lot of that was hand done. We put everything in here. We didn't buy it like this, and because of that, I don't think I would want a bigger homestead. I don't think I could ever leave this property because it's exactly what we want. We've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and a lot of hard work done here. I think the only thing that would encourage me to get a bigger homestead would be if the property behind me were to go on the market. I would buy the neighboring property and probably put in another barn and more fencing and be able to hunt more deer, because they get a lot more deer traffic on their side of the property than we do. Question number 5, what are some of the skills that you want to learn on your homestead in the next couple years? So we've been here almost 10 years, and in that time I've learned how to milk goats, pasteurize milk, make butter, make cheese. I've learned a whole lot when I started my homestead adventure. So I don't can a lot as much as I would like to, so I'd like to learn to can. I'd like to butcher things out by myself. So when we deer hunt, you guys will see that in the fall, we always take it to a processor, and that costs a lot, and sometimes that cuts into the benefit of fresh venison. So I would really like to learn to butcher out animals by myself. I'd like to have everything hand processed here, cut that cost. Question number 6, what are your thoughts on fake meat? Well, I'm not one to cast stones. You do you. If you don't like meat and you want to stick to a vegetarian or a vegan diet, go for it. Do you. But why make something fake? If you don't like it, why make a fake source of protein? Aren't there vegetables that can give you the protein? Why do we have to make fake meat? Why even call it meat if you don't like it? Why do people buy fake Louis Vuittons? Question number 7. What does my dream homestead look like? Question number 8. What's your least favorite thing to do on the homestead? My least favorite thing to do. So when you have as many goats as I do, I'm in the 30s. I don't even know how many goats I have, guys. I might have a problem. I might be that crazy goat lady. But when you have that many animals, they make a lot of poop. And in the winter, when you use the deep bedding method, the poop gets mixed in with straw. And then in the spring, it has to go somewhere. And it's the spring, guys. So all this, I've got to get it out of here. That's my least favorite job, is moving poop in the spring. I think the best piece of advice I could give my past self would be that the grass is not always greener on the other side. Everything moves in a cycle. Just because it's hard now, it's not going to be this hard later on. And things cycle through like that. We have seasons that we go through, both in nature, emotionally, mentally, physically, everything cycles around. So while it might not be the best that you think it could be now, the best is yet to come. So just be patient. Question number 10. What's one animal that you would never raise on your homestead and why? So never say never. If there's anything that I've learned in life, it's that when you start the sentence with, I will never, life just likes to turn it around on you, and that's exactly what ends up happening. So when I first started out, I only wanted horses and chickens, and never in a million years would I thought that I would love goats and working with goats the way that I do, and that I would become so involved and they would be an integral part of my life and a de-stressor for me. So I'm nowhere where I thought I would be when I started a homestead. I figured cows, horses, chickens, and that's pretty much it. Now, the 2 animals that I worked with when I used to shadow a veterinarian, when I was trying to get in volunteer hours for college before I changed what I wanted to do, there were 2 animals that I just hated working with. One was hogs and one was sheep. Hogs just seemed so unpredictable, and I didn't like working with them. I always ended up getting bit, but we were always snaring hogs to draw blood or to give medications. It's a lot like when we go to the doctor, we don't like someone coming at us with a needle, so I totally understand. But the more that I'm around hogs, the more I like them, and the more I want cooney pigs. So that's one where I've changed, but I have not changed my mind on sheep. And the reason for that is they just seem dumb to me. They do not seem very intelligent. And I could be wrong. I might not be having the same experiences with other homesteaders, so don't stone me here. It's my personal preference. I don't like sheep. Their diet is very different from goats, so there's another reason, because if I were to raise sheep with goats, the dietary needs are different, and I'd have to feed 2 different feeds. I'd have to have 2 different paddocks, 2 different handling systems, and I'm just not set up for that. Now, if Joe decides for 4-H she wants to do market lambs, who am I to rob her of an experience or tell her that she can't work with an animal that later on in life she may prefer sheep over goats? I don't know. I didn't know I was going to prefer goats over horses. So for me right now, it's sheep, but in general, the animal has to give back to our farm. Our goats give us milk and meat, chickens give us eggs and meat. My llama, while many people might not like them as livestock guardians, he guards the heck out of those goats. He is a great guardian for them. Our turkeys give us eggs, more turkeys to process. Hopefully soon we'll have more animals that they're coming. They're coming. Guys, stay tuned. We've got more things coming, more projects. But I think that's going to do it for us on these 10 questions, guys. I think that's a wrap for our 10 more questions for homesteaders. Thanks so much, Amy at A Farmish Kind of Life, for tagging us. I love doing things like this. It's really fun to see everybody else's answers. Thank you, Rockin' 8 Farms and 4 Kids in a Farm, for starting this collaboration. What I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to tag somebody else. So Sean at NoDough Acres, if you haven't already been tagged, and Alana over at Hoof and Hen, you guys are tagged. Let's see what you got for us on 10 more questions. So I think that's going to do it for us, guys. So if you found yourself enjoying this video, please drop us a like, give us a comment, and even better yet, subscribe. We love new subscribers, guys. But until next time, thanks. Bye. They require the least preparation. I don't know if the turkeys know that they're being a butthole. Question number 2. What was the first? They're not going to let me talk. Every time I start talking, they do this.